LeBron James entering last night's action against the Pelicans. 1 point shy of 50,000 for his career. Bear in mind, every point he scores sets a new all-time record. And here it was in the first quarter.
LeBron, open three. Got it! 22 seasons, 40 years of age. LeBron James, 50,002 points.
Brian Windhorst, you covered him in high school. Now he has scored 50,000 NBA points. Your thoughts?
It's crazy, man. I'm more impressed that he won Player of the Month for the 41st time yesterday, and the first time was 20 years ago. 20 years between Player of the Month. That's 50,000 as well.
He is rejuvenated. And then, Monica, the entire first quarter would actually belong to Luka Doncic with 17. He's heating up.
I mean, he has just unlocked this team and LeBron James as the centerpiece in terms of facilitating and just getting everybody else in stride.
Lakers up 10 at the break. Third quarter, we're going to get out in transition. The defense, Wendy, has been so good. We've talked about it, and it winds up with LeBron running the floor.
This transition offense is what's making them so dangerous.
Oh, LeBron.
By the way, another new record.
34. Yes, every time he scores a basket, it's a new record. He had 34 last night. 4 minutes left. How about this dish? Oh, Doncic to Jared Vanderbilt. Monica, Luka had 15 dimes on the night to go with 30 points, including finding LeBron here, the fadeaway jumper. Lakers look so good. 136-115 on a night filled with conversation. Here's LeBron and Luka later.
I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it. It's a hell of a lot of points. And I'm super blessed to be able to, put that many points up in the best league in the world with the best players in the world over my career. So it's pretty special.
I mean, it's amazing. Watching him do this stuff at this age, it's just unbelievable. Like 50K points, I can't even explain how insane that is. And he might get to 70K, you never know.
All right, listen, this is getting special. We can go big picture and little with this thing here. Let's start little picture. This tandem is coming into form right before our eyes. Last night, they became the first duo in Laker history to each have 30 points and 5 threes in the same game. And Luka is heating up. He has scored 30 or more in 3 of his last 6 games. So, Brian Windhorst, what does this mean as Luka's legs start rounding into form? LeBron looking awfully comfortable. That defense continues to look good. What does this mean?
Look the bleep out. The Lakers are absolutely flexing right now. They missed 2 starters in this game. No Austin Reeves, no Rui Hachimura. We know we've talked about their defense. I'm going to tell you, we didn't show Zion Williamson this highlight. Zion Williamson scored 17 baskets in the paint last night. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
He scored 17 baskets in the paint, and the Lakers smacked him right out of the park because their offense is now getting to the point where it's opening up their margin for error. You can tell how much confidence they got. Luka and LeBron are starting to play off each other brilliantly. They have shown that they have depth up and down the lineup. Jackson Hayes, who I thought was going to be the weak spot on this team, he had 19 points in the first half last night because he's thriving playing alongside LeBron and Luka. We are setting up for a potential very special spring, and the Lakers are right in the middle of it. And I'm telling you, I have canceled my plans, which are usually very extensive, for Saturday night. Lakers at Celtics. I have no idea whether this could be the last time they're playing this year or the first of many.
Yeah, the Lakers-Celtics Saturday night on ABC. As an aside, by the way, you're right. Zion had 37 points on 17 of 23 shooting last night. As an afterthought, LeBron plus Luka equals what right now, McNutt?
History. I mean, you talked about it in this highlight. Last night, they became the first duo to amass the 30-point mark and a various assist mark. I don't want to mess it up, but it was gaudy stats from the two of them. I think there's a piece in this that I don't think we have discussed, and it's because it's just not typically the basketball of it all, but it's sort of the joy that LeBron is playing with, and sort of his reinvention might be strong, but he certainly looks refreshed running alongside Luka Doncic. And so, as we've heard, to your point, Wendy, he believes. as we've heard various clips come out of the sound bites, whether it's Jackson Hayes talking about how LeBron has affirmed him to go and play and we have confidence in you, and obviously the sound when Luka first joined the organization, so much of what we talk about with these leaders and these superstars is knowing what their team needs. And I think LeBron is demonstrating that he has a tremendous grasp on that. And yes, the basketball of it all is still top tier.
Absolutely. And we're going to go big picture, and that's why I wanted Lewis and Bart in the conversation as well. But just I'm just looking at the stats from this game. Luka and LeBron scored or assisted on exactly 100 of the team's points last night.
That's all but 36, right?
All but 36, so 74% of their points.
Starters.
Yeah.
Luka became the fourth Laker ever with 30 points and 15 assists in a game, and the first one in a game that didn't go to overtime since Magic Johnson in 1990. So I think the way you said it, look the bleep out, is exactly right. These Lakers are coming. Now, I want to address the other thing you said in the highlight, because you said it in our meeting this morning, and it really got me to thinking. LeBron James won Player of the Month for the first time in the 2005 season. He just won Player of the Month again. To be the best player in your sport for a month, 20 years apart. It's never happened in the NBA. It is, when you start putting together the things on the resume, to me, that's a bigger deal than the 50,000 points. Again, every single point he scores sets a record. But what do we say about that?
Look, this is indisputable. And you can take whatever position you want on your rankings or whatever. This is indisputable. We've never seen a player who has been this good for this long. I felt that 5 years ago. I felt that he had established that 5 years ago. And now, at age 40, 22nd season, it's still true. It's never been more true. So here's the thing. Do you like the tallest mountain, like Mount Everest, or do you like the Canadian Rockies? Because that's really what you're talking about. If you're comparing him to Michael Jordan, has LeBron hit the height that Jordan hit? No. I don't think LeBron would argue that. But the breadth of the career, which is still being added to, is what his claim is. If you want to say that that's not what you care about, that you care about the height, that's cool. But that's what LeBron's put together. So
that's why I wanted to keep these guys in this conversation as well, because, and I'm going to do a list a little bit later of the greatest seasons that any athlete has ever had in our major team sports at the age of 40 or older. And LeBron's not on it yet because his season isn't complete yet. We'll sort of figure out when the year is over where it belongs. It could wind up somewhere near number one. For the record, Tom Brady was MVP of the league when he was 40 years old. And that's really the comparison that I have been making. What LeBron is doing right now feels, in a way, Lewis, similar to what we saw Brady doing, seemingly the impossible over the age of 40.
Yeah, look, there's two components, I think, to this kind of longevity. One, some of it's just God-given. I mean, LeBron is like one of one. He's a transcendent, just human being. There's people who can put in the kind of work he puts in, and they'll never ascend to that level. But the work is what, and the resilience and the consistency. What did Tom Brady say in his Hall of Fame speech when he went into the Patriots Hall of Fame? He said, in order to be great, or really just in order to be good, you have to be willing to be something that most people aren't, and that's just consistent. And that's what these two guys are, from their work ethic to their routine to the people who support them the most being willing to sacrifice themselves to say, look, continue to go chase greatness. LeBron talks about it all the time with his wife, about the fact that he wouldn't be where he is because if it wasn't for her allowing him to chase what he's chasing, which is basically sports immortality. That's what he's chasing. And for him to be able to continue to tap into those reserves, Bart, I mean, look, it's hard, man. It's hard to constantly find a way to keep yourself motivated. And this dude looks like he's motivated like he's 21 years old still.
I mean, it's a sacrifice. The road to greatness is a lonely road because very few are willing to sacrifice what it sacrifices. Family time. It's all the things, right? To be able to be at this level for so long, it's just the commitment, the work that has to go in. And the routine is boring, right? But the routine to do the same thing over and over. Like, I haven't seen anybody really sacrifice like that. I mean, I played with Ray Lewis and Jonathan Ogden, but we're talking about age 40, never having any dip in the performance. And I think with Luka there, it revigorates him because now he believes that he can win a championship. With Anthony Davis, it was too much on LeBron to have to do everything. Now he's allowing Luka to kind of carry the pail. And what a mentor for Luka, who can just hand the baton. Another Laker Laker gets another superstar that can take him to the next level all over again.
Ooh, child. No, Greeny, you're absolutely right. When this trade went down, no. We did not see it working this well, this soon, on both sides of the ball. I certainly was not one that saw this team in a position to contend for a championship, and I believe they are.
I think that someone at the desk said the joy that LeBron is playing with all of a sudden, it has, I think it comes from realizing, wait a minute, I've got a chance at something here that I'm not sure was going to be in the cards. Yeah. Our big fan, Big Perk, yesterday said something on First Take, and you know, some people thought it was completely crazy. Let me ask you if you thought it was completely crazy. He said you could make an argument right now that LeBron James is the best player in the league. Could you make that argument now?
You certainly can, and I saw Perk in this discussion real time yesterday, and I'm like, I can certainly sit for this conversation. This is not forlorn, it's not crazy. What I think, it goes back to what Wendy said, I think you're looking at the breadth of what he's done. If you started to get into MVP this year, I still think it's SGA. Yeah. But when you look at what LeBron James has done over the course of his career, the way that he's got this group in position to really shake some things up down the stretch in this spring and into April, yeah, like if you can't see where that is at least a conversation, then you haven't been watching.
What do you think, Windman?
Well, he's player of the month. So that says right there his level. But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has 4 50-point games in his last 19.
That's right.
4. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is at the top of the game right now. But if they see each other in the playoffs, let's see how that goes.
Yeah, there's a difference between who's going to be the MVP this year, which I agree with you, barring something unimaginable over the last month.